Okay, guys, it looks like there are people in the courtroom. Something's going on. And I can't seem to find it. I've got it pulled up on WFLA. No one's ever attempted a clinic bypass brain transplant. Which doesn't matter to me anywhere we watch it. However, we have to watch it. For some reason, I do not see it on Court TV. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hold on. Good morning, Bell Bell.
Zooming in. Adam Montgomery not present in court.
Yeah, is he going to not be present for this? Of course he's not. Wouldn't surprise me. Good morning, Legs. There's something going on in that courtroom. Good morning, Sicilian. The cameras are on in court, so something's going on. It looks like it. They said he won't be there. Yeah, I didn't think he would. He's a coward.
Courtroom audio has now been muted again. Adam Montgomery has not appeared in this trial.
It's been muted again, he says. So
the empty chair is nothing new here from New Hampshire. As to whether or not he would show up to hear the verdict read from the jury, that, of course, remains to be seen. Whether or not they would alert him that a verdict has been reached, we do not know.
Hey, Frazzled.
Adam Montgomery had...
Yeah, we don't know for sure if the verdict's in or not, but something is happening.
To give his version of events.
However, yeah, I do.
Adam Montgomery has not yet appeared in this trial. Again, listening for any courtroom audio.
Can you guys hear okay?
As we come across the noon hour, as we approach the noon Eastern hour here from New Hampshire.
I don't know why I can't find it. Okay, you can. Good. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Legs. Yikes. I still need to know how tall that guy is. Actually, I would think so, Frazzle. Maybe this means we won't be getting, every place is different. I don't know. Oh, sound's on in there. Oh, come on. They don't know where to start. It's open. It's open. We're free. What if you don't know what's up there? I think you should too. That's what I needed, boss. Do something quick. Shield your eye. It's not working. I returned before I left here. Goodbye. You're on. We're not really
as the
sure,
state attorneys
artists.
for the state attorneys for
They're
defense now.
Everybody, the courtroom
taking
cameras
these
are
seats.
on, so we're hoping it's a verdict.
The judge in the top left-hand portion of your screen.
Don't know for
Present in the
sure, but
courtroom.
cameras
We do
are
not
on
know
and
for
the sound is on in there.
a small update related to lunch, or if there is some outcome in the jury deliberation room.
Hopefully.
We're listening in and preparing for
It could be questions from the jury.
whatever
you
is
know.
the update here at the
I don't know.
noon hour here, noon Eastern
I
in New
hope
Hampshire.
so.
Time now 11:53 a.m.
I hope it's so. I really thought we would have a verdict yesterday. Okay. I'll mute my sound over here, guys. Well, he's not going to walk for sure because he just got 57 years already. He's not going anywhere. I think she did put doubt. She put doubt in my mind that she was way more involved. That's for damn sure. She put enough to make me think she needs to be right there with him. Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, she was a horrible witness. She's a horrible person. I think it's 57. He's basically forever, pretty much. Weapons charges, I think. Oh, it's off again. What the heck?
As is standing operating procedure for the pool camera. Pool camera feed.
Yeah, he is.
Mute all
Yeah.
microphones, or it just microphones are muted whenever counsel is called up by the judge. So a conversation taking place here. As again, they zoom in on the seat where normally you would have the defendant seated, but Adam Montgomery making the decision to not appear at his own murder trial.
Oh, yeah. He already was
But he's
sentenced
not
for
at
the weapons charges.
Ritz-Carlton, folks.
And he did.
He's currently locked up on a
He did admit
30-year prison
to
sentence for an unrelated gun conviction. He has not attended a
doing
single
something with the
moment
body
of this
and
trial. Now, according to
something else.
NBC Boston, he did say in court last year in an unrelated case that did not have anything to do with Harmony, as we understand it, that he did say that he loved Harmony unconditionally and did not kill her. He has pled, again, not guilty to the murder charge. However, two lesser charges: purposefully and unlawfully removing, concealing, or destroying a corpse, falsifying physical evidence. He has acknowledged his guilt. His representation in court has acknowledged guilt on those charges. It's not disputed. Expect audio to come back up here momentarily. And with the judge leaving the courtroom,
Exactly, artist.
that's pretty
Exactly.
clear that we do not have
crazy
a verdict at this time. And you can see
Hey,
the
Jerry.
attorneys here speaking to those in the back of the courtroom, and likely some media members here as well that will be tweeting exactly what that exchange was about and whether or not this is just as simple as something as lunch. Jurors gotta eat. we've seen it in so many different court cases. When the jury breaks to eat, everyone just kind of exhales and says, okay. Verdict watch takes a momentary pause as we zoom in here on members of the defense. And again, JB here with you live in the Stream Center, folks. We are, of course, streaming the courtroom feed from New Hampshire today from the Stream Center. And we'll be paying close attention to, of course, how long it will take for the jury to reach a verdict. Okay. And then there you hit the preset button, and now we're zoomed back
crap.
in.
Seriously.
On the top of the flagpole.
Oh my gosh.
Moving some things around.
Damn it.
All right. Harmony Montgomery. 5 years old.
Hey, Wicked.
Didn't get
I
much
am
of a
very
chance.
well, thank you.
Murdered, as we have been told over the course of this story.
Yeah, I got a picture of that. Well, I got a picture
even though,
of
as we understand it as
them
well,
not covered. Wow.
Her body has never been found, and that's something, of course, that's extremely troubling. Crystal Sorey, her mother, there you see there on her screen in an interview from I think 2021 with News Nation's Brian Enton. There you can see some of the activity at the time. This is some of our archive video here from the Stream Center. There's Adam Montgomery.
Oh yeah,
one of his several mugshots.
Exactly, it very inefficient.
Such a cute girl who
that's what we were talking about with Michelle.
Shock. We are so used to in the media getting missing persons alerts, missing children alerts, Amber alerts.
Nothing is run efficient.
We had an Amber alert this week for an 8-month-old in Florida. It happens quite a bit. Amber alerts, missing children alerts. But you can see there on the missing poster, it's the last seen in October 2019 when we were reporting on that.
I didn't even see it happen.
We were flabbergasted by
no
how a little girl could be missing and not seen since nearly 2 years prior.
I've been in and out of this
and that leads us, of course, we've almost fast forwarded in time.
It is Wicked. Me too. I know.
You can see there,
a lot of it's been really hard to watch.
Bring Harmony home. You can see the billboard there, missing person for Harmony
Lisa.
Montgomery. Fast forward in time. Adam Montgomery is facing now the possibility of being convicted.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that kind of shit myself.
Now, the jury has been deliberating for some time.
I always say, if I see a penis I didn't ask to see, I'm
as I've been, of course, digging through Gabby Petito depositions over the last week, I have been playing a little bit of catch-up with the Harmony Montgomery, the Adam Montgomery trial out of New Hampshire.
On Rumble.
And it's my general understanding
and I clicked on her
that while
seriously,
some of these charges are a slam dunk,
you
the murder charge proving
the corn bomb or whatever
that Adam Montgomery is directly responsible for Harmony Montgomery's murder, for murdering his daughter. The evidence isn't
if she was gonna
as slam dunk as it is with some of the other charges. Otherwise, we would have perhaps had a verdict yesterday, proving that Adam is directly responsible
or
for the murder of his daughter. Is likely, you would imagine, what is taking place, the conversations that are taking place in the jury deliberation room.
Oh, I never saw that either, Jerry. I couldn't listen to that music. I turned it off as soon as I found my phone and made it stop.
Been stated in court.
I saw very little of the
that
the dancing.
Adam Montgomery disposed of Harmony's body, her 5-year-old corpse.
Here a DUI is 10K and you jump through hoops for a long time.
And
I know.
Really,
that's what I'm saying. Your first one here is going to cost you about 10 grand, and you are losing your vehicle for 30 days minimum.
Investigators believe that Harmony was murdered back in December of 2019.
I don't know how the hell she does this.
Kayla Montgomery testifying, Kayla Montgomery being the estranged wife of Adam, testifying that her body was hidden in the trunk of a car, then moved to a cooler, then moved to a ceiling vent, and then moved to a workplace freezer before Adam ultimately decided to dispose of it. Now, the defense is arguing
about her.
And I'm just going through the notes
I
here.
made it very clear. I don't care what
NBC
Michelle does to
Boston.
herself. But when she is
Defense
running
attorney
the road,
Caroline
putting
Smith, who
everybody
you
else
saw
at
there
risk,
with the short blonde hair,
I'm allowed
said
to
that
care
Montgomery
about that.
moved the body and hid it because of a very misguided belief that he had to do so to keep his family from being ripped apart.
And people trying to give me shit over what she needs. I know. Look, isn't she just a precious girl? It's horrible. Look at that face. Good morning, Wandering.
Extremely dangerous. Keep out of reach of children.
Right. Right. I'm not concerned about Michelle's well-being, her addiction. That's her damn problem. I know, Terry. I wonder what the
haven't taken it before, and we're really excited to be able to do things such as live polling, live interactions, and other things that were yet to debut from the Stream Center, but a means for us to be able to give you a voice in ways that are brand new and pretty technologically advanced. So we're really excited.
That's exactly
about,
right, artist. I don't give a shit what she does to herself. I'm sick of
engage with our audience in new ways, and
that's completely disgusting. The risk she puts everybody out around her. Hell with her ass. Me and Jack been playing with these tongs. What?
If only you could see how much Annie misses her.
Can you hear him giggling? Oh my god. I didn't think it was a choice. Good morning, Roro. I want a verdict. I want a verdict.
For the first time, I am thinking clearly. You were right all along. I'm not a space ranger. Just a toy, a stupid little insignificant toy. Whoa, wait a minute. Be space ranger.
I almost kicked this chest cold. Oh gosh, no.
Why would Andy want?
Okay, let's see if he knows something.
this is not a Kayla Montgomery trial. Kayla Montgomery, by the way, is also that's Adam's estranged wife, is also serving a sentence at the moment, and I'll see if I can find that in my notes. 18-month prison sentence after pleading guilty to perjury for lying during grand jury testimony about where she was when Harmony was last seen. She basically just hasn't been honest. Kayla gave significant testimony. Let's talk about Kayla for a second. She gave significant testimony that Adam, who's on trial, repeatedly punched Harmony in the head because the girl had wet herself. Getting this from NBC Boston. She said that her family, including the couple's 2 young sons, had been evicted and that they were living in a car. And according to Kayla, Adam punched Harmony at several stoplights as they drove from a methadone clinic to a fast food restaurant on the morning of December 7th, 2019. If I remember from listening to some of the testimony in court, I believe it was a Burger King. She also testified about handing food to the children without checking in on Harmony. The subsequent discovery that Harmony was dead. And the places her husband hid the body, including in a ceiling vent at a homeless shelter and the walk-in freezer at his workplace. Bring up the live court feed. It has to be stated repeatedly. We still don't know where Harmony is. Crystal Sorey is Harmony's mother, who, of course, lost custody, as we've talked about on stream previously, lost custody of Harmony. Custody was awarded to Adam, the father. And you would imagine, of course, that Crystal wants to know where Harmony is, where her remains were left. And it's been a massive source of frustration that Adam, even though he is not denying the fact that he disposed of those remains, that he moved them from the cooler to the ceiling vent and to all of this variety of places, he will not give up what he did with Harmony's remains. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. So Kayla is already been charged in this case for not being honest with investigators. And she has, of course, been part of this case with her testimony. Let's refresh the comments and see what people are saying.
I don't know about all that stuff.
Bo Fauna, hey JB, do you think this will help bring about any legislative change to help other kids in similar situations from ever facing something awful like this from happening again? The system failed her so bad. You would hope so. You would hope.
No, it's not going to help the system. This has happened way too many times already.
Politicians trying to, of course, always trying to make improvements to the system. How the system can fail miserably enough that she could be gone for 2 years and no one know it. Now, look,
wow.
Optics are significant in this case, in the fact that it was the pandemic and life wasn't normal in 2020. Now, I
don't know.
She went missing in 2019. She was last seen in 2019, but
I remember that also.
2020. I'm not making any
I
excuses.
didn't know they said it never happened.
There needs to be a way for us to find out that a child hasn't been seen in a couple of years.
I definitely saw it.
In a potentially dangerous situation.
Yeah, I always
the pandemic
watch Mutual Omaha.
Created complications that were just not very. Still, it's hard to quantify just how complicated the pandemic made things for law enforcement to this day.
Are you serious? Yes, it was. Oh my God, I totally remember that.
Let's see. Yeah, man, the outage. Everyone's phones working. The AT&T outage. I think it was Verizon also.
Yeah, apparently they are.
No, Rebecca, what do you got?
No, she did do that. She did.
You're
I
good.
know she did it.
I haven't had any problems with Verizon this morning. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, "Hey, I'm just logging on now. The outage was affected my phone." Yeah, no, that is the number one story of the day. It's crazy. We've gotten to a point now as a society where
Wow,
you
I
lose
didn't
cell
hear
phone
about all this.
connection, the world goes crazy. Everyone loses their minds over cellular
Well, that I guess
connection
probably,
being
huh?
lost.
Maybe. I don't.
We have numbers here at news stations that show us what stories people are clicking
They
on at
definitely
any
are trying
particular
to
time.
teach
It's
different
analytics. It shows us what you are interested in
history.
as a news consumer, and
That's for
nothing
sure. We
can
know
top
that.
the fact that there is this cellular outage that's been reported this morning. Oh, a quick follow-up note, because we talked about this on stream last night. Obviously, we broke the Gabby Petito news of the settlement.
Oh, there was a settlement? I didn't see that.
And a lot of moving parts there. But I had said on stream yesterday, this is just kind of a housekeeping item, so I know this isn't related to Adam Montgomery or Harmony Montgomery, but please just allow me to pass this info along. I had mentioned on stream last night that we were going to be interviewing attorney Pat Riley for Gabby Petito's family was going to be interviewing or be interviewed by us today. After talking to him this morning, they actually made the collective determination.
Yeah,
that
no, I agree, artist.
Given,
I'm
I
not
have heard
into
that
all that.
yesterday was quite taxing.
I'm not a temple
on
that kind of
multiple
gal,
parties. So
but yeah, there is an awful lot of nonsense going on that I want to act like it's not. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Disney these days, but I do have it for Jack. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, artist. I know there are things that I'm like, I'm pretty sure that it is not the way that went. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that funny? Wants to buy what? Google? I know, happy. Exactly. Me too. I know. Same here. You have to. Right, and our sanity as well. I am constantly saying all the time, am I taking crazy pills or what? What the hell just happened? Like, shit is just not right. Right. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I can't see real good because I'm outside. baby. No, the AI stuff scares me too. Come on, come on, come on, Livy, 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 come on. Wait. No, no. Oh, just a minute, honey. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah, I would agree with that, Jerry. I would. Mr. Snotty uses it some right now. Have you? Yeah, I think Mr. Snotty has too. That's exactly right. Art. Yeah, you're right. A lot of things are dangerous if they're misused. Very true. Oh God, Jerry, seriously. I know. Who would? That's what I mean. Did you ever think that we would literally watch ourselves just do this? Could never have made me believe. Just a clueless look on his face. I think I'm gonna. I know. That's so funny. I think I was just watching something this morning, and I'm like, seriously. I mean, how is this even happening? I know. I know. It's so true. Yeah. Well, this is what's happening. And this what cinema always says that 10 years ago we would have said that this certain things would never happen. So 10 years from now, what the hell are we going to be doing? Come on. No, Jack. No. Right. No, you're right. It's not at all. No, I know. Well, and like I was listening to a cinema shogun this morning, and he said, don't think that things won't happen because there's a lot of stupid people out there. And there are. Stop, Jack. Stop. No. Right. Yeah. Well, like the pandemic stuff, I've always said that too. Artists, I have always said, I need you to prove that they are my peers because I don't believe that they are. Um, no, I would always want a judge trial for sure. People are very stupid. No, 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 no. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Yep, me too. Absolutely. I definitely do not trust people. Right, right, Happy. I know. No, no, no. Yeah, I certainly try to tend to my own. Right. What could possibly go wrong, right? Very scary. Wow. Right. Well, that's just it. I mean, well, that's true, artist. Me too, Legs. I feel really bad for my grandkids for sure. They don't even know what normal is. She is dangerous. She absolutely is dangerous. And that's not okay. It is absolutely not okay. But are they artists? I'm not sure that they are. Look how many kids believed that you know that Will Smith had every right to slap wait, where is my remote? I got to get rid of this. Um I a lot of kids thought that it was absolutely appropriate for Will Smith to slap Chris Rock because he made fun of his wife. I mean, give me a damn break. I mean, and they have in their head that if you don't agree with nonsensical stuff that you're wrong. Like you can't have your own opinion about anything. This is loud. So where did everybody see Michelle? Well, that's the thing. Like I said, you got to fix the heart. They don't care about life. That people don't care about life anymore. But yet we're supposed to be so tolerant of, nonsense. This little boy over here. Yeah, no, but they're only sensitive about stupid shit. No, we thought we had they turned the cameras on in the courtroom and turned the audio on. We thought we had a verdict, and then they turned it all off. Very discouraging. Like I was hoping. Yeah, I'm definitely not into that kind of nonsense. That going real life on people is, I don't want anything to do with that crap. I don't. Honestly, there's some things that make me laugh. I like to. Some of it is just funny as crap. Law and crime. I'm looking around still at other. What do you mean about law and crime? I don't understand for sure. Let me see. Is there an update on shoot, hold on, guys. I think there might be an update on Audrey. Let's see.
Guards sentenced by revealing where her remains are. On the other hand, by keeping her hidden, he's safer in prison. So the deal, I'm trying to imagine what a deal looks like. He's already serving a 30-year prison sentence for an unrelated gun charge. He is now basically surrendering on 2 lesser charges of disposing of a corpse and falsifying physical evidence. Not to mention that he now has looming charges potentially of second-degree murder, second-degree assault, and witness tampering. Adam Montgomery is going to get very used to looking out from behind bars for the rest of, maybe for the rest of his life. What does a deal look like? Okay, a deal, could there be an agreement where Adam discloses Harmony's remains in exchange for transfer to a prison that has better conditions or fewer restrictions? Because if Adam is looking at spending the rest of his life in prison, not to mention having the reputation in prison of being somebody who murdered a 5-year-old, he might be looking to make the best out of what life he has left. So a transfer to a facility that isn't as, that might afford him some, who knows what he would be looking for, but fewer restrictions and just a overall better quality of prison life. Maybe, but then again, is that even on the table? You would, you know what? Maybe that's a good poll question.
Charles and Camilla would.
It's you know, I have the pretend sound effect, right? We play, sometimes we go down the rabbit hole of hypotheticals, right? Pretend. I use that sound effect to make it clear that we are going down a bit of a rabbit hole, as we do sometimes on stream. I don't like to do
know
it
who
too
you guys
often,
are
but
talking
sometimes I
about.
do. But I'm just gonna put,
Incapacitated from
maybe
what?
we can put it in. We'll put it on HeyJB.live. We'll do that. Let's build this poll out.
Okay, I'm really lost.
If Adam Montgomery was willing
Oh, okay.
to
I'm sorry.
disclose the location of Harmony, should he be offered? Wow. I run out of characters. Okay. I have to get rid of Montgomery. If Adam was willing to disclose the location of Harmony, should he be offered a deal? Yes. No. Sure.
Okay, I got some good news and I got some.
So now that we've activated this poll,
Oh, that's.
I'm really curious.
I guess so. The jury came in and asked. Okay.
If it brings some peace and closure to Harmony's family, it's not as if a deal would get him out. He's already serving a 30-year sentence. But if the deal included maybe, let's say, the hypothetical of a transfer to a less strict facility with better conditions, and he were to point out exactly what he did with Harmony's remains and show investigators what happened, we're going to activate this poll. But before we do that,
Let's see if I can find.
so we got to clear this comment. Hold on, moving a lot of parts here. And clear this comment. I want to come back to the original poll, because the original poll, by the way, is so laughably one-sided. Let's reveal the results of the original poll that people have been voting on for the last hour plus. And that is, do you think the jury will find Adam Montgomery guilty of murdering his daughter, Harmony? 98% say yes. So this poll was almost, I mean, look, it tells us the story.
I don't think
People are
so.
extremely confident that the jury is going to come back with a guilty verdict on the second-degree murder charge. Let's move on now to the next poll. If Adam was willing to disclose the location of Harmony, should he be offered a deal? Yes or no? It's just, we're going to keep that as straightforward as possible. All right, so how do you vote in this poll?
Okay, here we go.
Live,
Hold on. I think you
see
just
the poll
found
populate
the.
on your screen. And again, this is an informal social media poll just to see how everybody's feeling out there in regards to this concept that has been put forth, because there seems to be a tremendous amount of interest for people online to say, wow, we really want Harmony's remains to be found. But should a deal be offered? Would a deal be offered in exchange? How would that sit with you, is what we are asking. Now, again, the deal doesn't have to be, all right, you're out free. You're a free man again, Adam. You can roam the streets and get back to your whatever your life was before all this. No. He's staring out for decades. This man is going to be behind bars.
I'm excited for William to be king.
Honey, are you okay?
Give me that. I've got a video, but it's not trying to play.
I forgot. You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah, pretty convenient, isn't it, artists? Oh my God, what is going on? Hi, Colin. No verdict yet. I'm trying to pull up this video to show us what the jury wanted.
Easy? You? Hey, buddy. What are you doing up here? I thought Mom was gonna get you squeaker.
Dang it.
You're being so upset.
Nah, you told him that to calm him down. But
Well, why didn't you yell for help?
well, I tried squealing. It's still broken. No one can hear me. Besides, the dust aggravates my condition.
Moment. I can't get this video to play. Yeah, we thought we had a verdict. Yeah, why would they? They would have. I don't think they have any reason to give him a deal at this point. Screw that. I wouldn't. Stop, honey. Why won't this damn video play? Oh, it's pissing me off.
What is it? Oh. Oh. No, 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 no. Okay, go to the yard sale. Yeah. No, buddy, we love you.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, so here is the question. How does a court define, oh God, come on. Oh my God, stop. Get out of here. How does a court define consciously disregarded? The answer, the jury has been given the legal definition of the mental state recklessly. You must use the definition provided. You should use your common sense and judgment and consider the ordinary usage of the terms within the definition. No additional instruction on this will be provided. Wow. That's weird, right? Good morning, try me, bitch.
You can help them get balls on
Yeah, Catherine isn't going to be anything.
I'll give you $50. $50 ain't bad.
Okay, are we back in the courtroom?
He said, "Way to go,
Hold on.
That's it.
Is it bud?
What? Me? Yeah, I believe Prince William will, but
Life is unpredictable. Need help paying for inspection, covered repairs? Do that.
yeah, Harry would never be. I don't believe it's William and then William's children are in the line, from my understanding.
Say that Adam Montgomery should not be offered a deal, basically under in any scenario. 37% in our unscientific social media poll, based on you, our news audience who's watching
Okay, so
live,
hopefully then if they had a question,
37% say, yeah, offer the deal, find out what happened to Harmony, find out if her remains
I don't
could be
know.
recovered, and
I
bring
don't
some-
think to
some
be in
closure,
succession for throne. I think that
if
was
it
already a done
would
deal
amount to
anyway.
closure for Harmony's family.
I don't
Okay.
think.
Well, I appreciate everybody participating in the exercise as we look here again at the top of the flagpole, which again, for those of you just joining, this is a live feed from inside the courtroom, and this is the standard shot for when there is no courtroom activity.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. That would be really wild if I didn't really understand that question. I'm annoyed by this jury right now. Come on.
So how do we feel about impromptu polls like this?
He's
Feedback is
trying
helpful.
to.
We could stick to and this is for this live
He's
stream.
trying to
future live
manage his
streams,
dead air too. I'm like, what the hell?
thumbs up or thumbs down emoji. Should we stick to more
Hey,
official
Bobby.
questions to our audience when it comes to interactive polls like this? Or do you like the impromptu hypothetical
It's still
poll?
morning for me.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. How does everybody feel out there? I
Right,
genuinely
Lena? I don't
care
know
about
what
what
the
you have to
age
say,
is.
and I mean that. That's literally, it's my life's work.
They're teenagers now,
Is
though.
to advance interactive journalism and to try to close the gap between
I
the
think I could be wrong.
content creators, news
I probably am
journalists
wrong.
like myself, and people watching wherever you're watching from. So
Oh, she is a
can't-
damn nightmare.
we can't create progress in an
I think karma's getting her in
an
the ass. So
experimental space like interactive journalism without getting feedback from you. So feedback does mean a lot. Liz says YouTube polls are easier, and I get that, but we have audience. We have viewers that join us from places outside of YouTube Live. It's not just YouTube Live. So it's been a thorn on our side for a long time that we would run a poll in one place and another place, and then you're talking about
right, yeah,
mixed
that
bag
right,
of
Becca. That's
results
what I
because,
say too.
you know, the
That's
audience
my
here might
belief.
say one thing, the audience there might say another. So we needed one single unified place for our polls and for our VIP comments, and it lives now on www.heyjb.live.
Right.
You can still submit those comments now, by the way.
Someone across the pond to give us the
People are asking, where's the poll? Where's the
411.
poll? It's there on the website. But again, as a reminder, we talked about this a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, right.
So in YouTube, with YouTube especially, let's just talk about YouTube for a second. Streamers on YouTube, what they will do with interactivity is they will do something called super chats, where people can pay to have their comment prioritized. So spend $5. All right, a live streamer that you love and you want to support, that $5 heads their way, and then your comment gets emphasized on stream. I work for a news station as part of a much larger news organization, a broadcast company. We can't do super chats. It's just within the realm of journalism ethics, paying to have your opinion prioritized is just doesn't fall within the scope of what we do when it comes to your opinion being part of the news conversation. We just can't do it. Can you imagine how dicey and messy it would get with politics if we did a political conversation and somebody could pay a news station to have their comment guaranteed or prioritized on screen? We are talking about basically shoving our credibility down the toilet. It's just it's in the trash.
You know, see, I always feel like everything just happened the other day, but
what
it
we
didn't.
can do is just give you a unified place to interact with us, and that's what we are experimenting with www.heyjb.live. So your hard-earned dollars,
okay,
put them in the gas tank. Okay, try to save up to buy a house.
Oh, I thought
or
they
save
were
up
older,
for that
see?
cruise that you've wanted to take in. We're not here to take super chat money, but if you want to support interactive journalism and help us keep the lights on here in the stream center and help us prove that interactive journalism is a viable format going forward for a news organization as large
they got
as
married in
WFLA and our parent
2011.
company, go to heyjb.live, submit a comment. You can even just say thumbs up, and you will see that it is completely free and no paywall or no sign up required.
Okay.
Just literally the tap of a finger.
They became parents in
poll like this one.
2013
enough
with the
polls.
birth of their eldest child, George. And then
we just opened up the VIP comment feature on www.heyjb.live. So let me just explain how that works here for a second from the Stream Center. So I have this
he's
screen here
11.
to my left. And if you submit a comment on YouTube, it gets put into this massive list of comments that either I happen to be looking there at the time and I see your comment and I can click on it to bring it up on screen, or they're coming in so fast on YouTube that I lose it.
Oh wow,
That's it. It's faded away.
All the comments disappeared for a minute.
But if you go to www.heyjb.live and you submit a comment there, it sticks. and it's highlighted and it's emphasized here on the
Yeah.
screen, and I can grab
Hello,
it
pallets.
way more
Sorry if I'm
efficiently, and
missing
it doesn't just fade away into non-existence. It sticks.
comments, guys. I've been
So,
going around trying to find
if people who are
some
looking
information.
for the ability to submit a VIP comment, that's the way to do it. www.heyjb.live. And that's enough about interaction. Let's get back to the story.
Oh, really, Becca? Okay.
Sarda SD. Man, that's a tough username. No, absolutely no. He had time to come clean. He's tried to pass blame to Kayla. He deserves nothing. He needs the death penalty. He took a precious life of a defenseless
I
child.
am good.
Well, this is not a capital case.
Thank you. I thought George was younger. 7.
And capital punishment no longer exists.
Yeah,
in New
see,
Hampshire.
that's not.
I don't think it'll be the same.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with
You know, it's interesting though. So
it
I
staying in that
hadn't looked this up.
bloodline and that
I'll do my best.
If this is
family.
correct, if I'm looking,
Everybody else is a
with New Hampshire death
that
penalty.
family's pretty messed up. You couldn't. I mean, you can't have
So,
Andrew be anything.
There was a vote in 2019 to abolish the death penalty in New Hampshire.
Andrew is gross.
One of
You
many
are going to
states
go to the store now, happy.
do away with capital punishment.
So you're leaving
But
your
that it
yard.
still
Is that what
remains a
I'm
legal
hearing?
penalty for crimes for before that law was passed. So if you committed a crime before May 30th, but what was the? Do we have? Is there a
That's
man?
funny.
I don't know
You know,
if in a court of law they could
you know what would
they
suck about
exactly
being on a
specify
jury?
a date as to when Harmony was murdered. But even again, this is a second-degree murder case.
there's
It's not a
probably that
capital
one
murder case.
person
Regardless, it's not
that has
going to fall
dumb
under that
questions
statute of law.
and
So
wants
it's
to
off the
hold
table. But it is
everybody
it
else
is
is probably like
interesting
this
that
fucking
capital
ridiculous.
punishment was abolished in
Get it
2019, and
done
there's a
and go
cutoff
home.
date of May 30th, and that is the year
That would be my luck.
that Harmony Montgomery was last seen.
That one person that you're like, just
Believe around
come
Easter.
on.
So it's it's fascinating, but
Everything was. Can you imagine?
let's check in on Tin
And
Calorie
I'm
over
telling you, I
WMUR.
know that this happened
No tweets.
many years ago. My
Somebody else had said that there
my
was another
ex
reporter.
mother-in-law, she was telling us about her being on a jury, and I know she pissed those people off bad.
Who's,
I know she did. The way she was telling the story
Amy?
about
Why is that ringing a bell? Amy, WMUR. That's not a
her
station I'm
asking dumb
familiar with.
questions and trying to. I know they were like ready
Here's
to kick
Amy,
her ass. I know
WMUR.
they were.
Oh no. No count.
Right. Right. Or exactly when you're like, okay, you know what? We could have left here without this.
Nicole says, check
stupidity
out
right
Bob
here.
Ward,
I hate
Boston
when somebody
25.
holds me
Okay.
up because of dumb shit like that.
Bob Ward, Boston 25.
And they always say there is no such thing as a stupid question.
Widely
Well, yes, there
regarded
is.
as one of the best crime
Yes, there
reporters in New
absolutely
England.
is. That is 100% not true.
Oh yeah.
There damn sure are stupid questions.
Let's bring up Bob's latest
And
tweets.
there's always the one, always that one person.
Very interesting. Bob. The Adam Montgomery jury had a question that was asked and answered at the bench. The answer was sent to the jury as they deliberate. Question: how does the court define? Yes, consciously disregarded. Okay. Tweet 2. The jury has been given the legal definition of the mental state recklessly. You must use the definition provided. You should use your common sense and judgment in considering the ordinary.
Thank you. I'm glad
terms
that they
within
said
the
to use your
definition.
common sense.
3. No additional instruction will be provided.
100%.
That's basically what the jury is being told in the
Use
deliberation.
common sense.
The definition of mental state recklessly, and that you must use that definition as provided.
Yeah, me
And
too.
then
Or I
in
cannot
addition,
handle
your common sense.
ignorant people getting into my.
There's just the slightest bit of humor there in that. The jury is asking a question on the record as to a particular definition, And part of the response is use your common sense.
Which indicates that they were not using their common sense. To
Common
me.
sense and judgment in considering the ordinary use of the terms within the definition.
Right. See, I didn't like any of that.
Can you imagine being in the deliberation room and getting the response and it says use your common sense? Here's the definition for
Right?
recklessly.
Because people
Also
are
use your common
annoyed.
sense.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, but this is all a big mistake. You see, I was in this yard.
You know, when I was young, I loved working
Look,
out in the public and stuff.
one person's
Now,
common
no.
sense could be nonsense. Common
Yes.
sense is not a
Common. Common sense is not common.
Isn't a
100%.
universal thing amongst a group of people. Someone who might say this makes sense to me, and then somebody else may look at you and
Yeah,
be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. This doesn't make sense. So common sense in a room full of 12 people.
I dislike people.
But that's the response that was provided.
Yeah. I mean, I like a lot of people. Like I said, there's always that one.
Okay,
Like,
1 minute ago,
seriously?
Bob Ward. Verdict is in.
Okay, verdict is in. This is what
Look
they're
at
saying.
this. Whoever's
Okay.
shot me, Bob Ward. Yeah, shout out Boston 25. First I'm seeing of it. Verdict in the Adam Montgomery trial. All right, we got a brace for verdict coverage. Stand by, live from the Stream Center. A verdict reached according to
Woohoo!
reporters in
Woohoo!
Boston, Massachusetts, covering the trial out of New Hampshire and the trial of Adam Montgomery. Stand by.
Well, it's 1 o'clock there. Happy. Okay, they say it's in. Come on, come on. Hopefully he's sentenced too. I know, I hope so. She's back. She was almost in the car. Okay, come on, give it to. I hope the sentence to me too. I don't think that I heard Blue Eye that he's not going to be in there. Yeah, I need to go to the store too. Come on, come on. Verdict reached. Woo, woo. I don't know where jury is. Let me try to. I love that they told them to use common sense. I absolutely love it. Yeah, Mr. Snotty was supposed to, went through questioning for a, hey, there you are. He went through questioning to be on a jury, and it was a serial killer here. He was called the Baseline Killer. But Mr. Snotty acted like, I don't know, he answered some question that he knew they wouldn't like the answer. And so they would kick him out. I don't get called anymore ever since I got in trouble with the law. Right. Let's hope they have some common sense. Of course. Exactly. Sometimes and everyone acts like they never have. Then they yell to spit. Right. I know. Mr. Snotty said so. I can't remember what he said, but I was like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, they were not going to put up with that. I would have liked to be on that one. I do too. I can't even figure out how to delete my Facebook. So fed up with that. I don't even want the damn thing. I don't know how to get rid of it.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily.
Right. Oh, your backpack. Yeah. The verdict is in. Whoop, whoop. See, I tried to set up a business one and I couldn't figure it out. And now I just want it all gone. I got dismissed because I named kids that died in CPS history.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily.
Wow. I know. I hope they get on the
Live from the Stream Center, breaking news on WFLA Now. Here's JB Buno.
According to multiple reports out of New Hampshire,
I can't figure out any of it, and I don't even want to.
In the Adam Montgomery murder trial, Adam Montgomery accused of murdering his 5-year-old daughter, Harmony Montgomery, back in 2019. We're live across all platforms here on WFLA Now. Welcome into the Stream Center, folks. The stream coming from the courtroom in New Hampshire, where, again, a jury, according to multiple reports, has reached a verdict. That verdict will be read here momentarily. You can see that activity has picked up in the courtroom. This is believed to be Crystal Sori, the mother.
That is Crystal Sori, and you know what?
Harmony Montgomery was the subject of a missing person alert coverage that went national and international.
Don't sit there and cry like you give
across
a shit.
the internet. Because when she was reported missing in 2021, she was last seen back in 2019. After a thorough investigation that followed, it was determined that the person that had custody of Harmony Montgomery, her father Adam Montgomery, was responsible for the murder. He has faced now a total of 5 charges in this trial, including second-degree murder, and the jury has now reached a verdict.
Exactly,
on those charges.
Artist. Exactly.
That verdict is about to be
and
read
here she sits right there,
live in New Hampshire,
about to give birth to another
child. You can see that emotions clearly running high in the courtroom.
Don't even with me.
And we will, of course, be listening in. And as a reminder, here in the Stream Center, when we have a verdict,
well, according to her,
read,
she did.
We have audio pumped.
She's a liar.
So the moment that the pool camera feed turns on audio,
I'll sit there and coddle
hear
her.
it.
I cannot.
We'll all hear it together.
God, I can't deal with that.
I will, of course, mute my microphone. We go full screen to the verdict, and we listen in live. But as we currently do not have any courtroom audio coming in, they haven't pumped it through yet. That means that, of course, that they are still preparing for the verdict to be read in the courtroom. It's an opportunity for us to say hello and
hey,
know what the very
Mimsy.
latest is here live from New Hampshire. So you see it there across the bottom of your screen. Breaking
Good to
news.
see you.
Verdict reached in the Adam Montgomery murder trial. Adam Montgomery is in prison and has not been present over the course of this trial. They
oh my God,
in several times. The camera feed has zoomed in several times to show the empty chair.
You know what, Frazzle? I bet you she does. I bet she does.
He is choosing to not be present for a reason, of course, that really that's
look at her. Look at her. She already is.
Adam Montgomery.
She already
but
is.
We have not seen him.
I'll tell you,
he has
walking
not
in there
testified
about
in his
to
own
give
defense.
birth,
He has not heard himself in the courtroom any of the testimony that has been presented over the course of this trial. Any of the
look
evidence
sitting
that
there,
has
she's
been
going to hyperventilate. Oh my God, you're so
Harmony
right,
Montgomery, as we
Frazzle.
noted
Holy
earlier,
crap.
had a brutal,
I cannot.
A brutal life, one where, due to, of course, circumstances, she was in the custody of her father, who, according to testimony over the course of this trial and according to investigators, was abusive towards Harmony.
I know.
And the allegation is that Adam Montgomery beat his
Right?
daughter to death,
I sure as
and
hell
then
hope so. Look at her.
moved the remains from place to place,
Oh,
including inside of a cooler, including inside of in a ceiling, in
exactly
in
right.
a workplace freezer. But where exactly the remains wound up remains unclear to this day. What was the end result for Harmony Montgomery has not ever been disclosed. Now, we're
Look at all the police in there. They got
zooming in
very
here on
involved with
some
this
different
baby.
members of those individuals that are there in person. Again, this is without a doubt Crystal Sori,
Right, frazzled.
Harmony's mother.
Exactly.
You can
Yep.
see
Waving at her face. Give me a break,
quite
lady.
emotional, to say the least, as she. And you know what? We'll go
Stop,
full
JB.
screen
Quit acting
here.
like.
Zoom in.
No, you're
And
right.
yes, what they are looking at there on the phone is they're saying the pool camera is zoomed in on you, Crystal.
Thanks,
That's basically
Mimsy.
what they were looking at.
I like JB.
So we are awaiting a
I
verdict.
think she fell there, but he took her.
Adam
from
Montgomery is not present in the courtroom. He has not been
Mom's
present
sister,
over the
but she
course of the
didn't
trial.
You have to get her back. No, she didn't do enough.
The judge has
You know
not
what?
yet
I'm
come
sorry.
into
When
the
you're a
room.
mother, this is a reality.
Prosecutors for
It's
the
like
state
everybody is saying.
not yet seated. You can see the
Everybody
defense
says,
attorney
well,
there
with Audrey's
on
mom,
the left side of
it's
your
not
screen.
her
That
fault.
is
Well, I
Caroline
think it
Smith,
is.
defense attorney who has been
I think it is. Whenever
given
you
the
are
difficult
a
task,
mother,
I would imagine, as trying to
Jack.
present a defense for Adam Montgomery. And I say it's likely a difficult task because him disposing of the remains is undisputed.
I could
Him
have been in and
transporting the
out by
remains is
now. I
undisputed.
know, Gabi, right?
And they are not contesting the two lesser charges that have been presented in this case, which is
Yeah,
use of a
definitely too
corpse and
little, too late with that
falsifying
bitch.
physical evidence.
Sorry. When you're a mother, you need to know
There
what's
was
going
key
on with your
testimony
kids.
heard over the
Figure
course
it
of
the
this
fuck out.
trial, including from Kayla Montgomery,
And you're right, Jerry. The judge better not let her
the estranged
fuck
wife of
that
Adam,
shit.
who says that she was present
She's already getting herself all
for a
geared
lot
up
of the
to have some
abuse
kind of
suffered
a
at the
damn fit
hands
in
of
there.
Adam Montgomery. Says that she was
Disgusting
afraid
bitch.
of Adam Montgomery and was there, including
Oh
in
my God.
December of 2019 when Kayla says Adam punched Harmony at several stoplights as they drove from one place to the other with the other kids, the couple's two young sons also present. They had been evicted and
Right,
were
you're in
in the car.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, wondering that mother should have.
Harmony
I don't
repeatedly
know.
punched
What
in
did
the
they say?
head,
That mother hadn't seen
Kayla says,
that girl for 4 years or
because
6 years.
she'd had a bathroom
No,
accident.
you're not going to. Why not? Why not?
There has been an outpouring of support
Oh God, Happy, I'm
for
sorry.
Harmony's family and extremely loud cries for justice for Harmony. A girl who we didn't even know her name. The world at large didn't even know she existed until nearly 2 years after she had been killed.
Right. Kayla's living better in prison right now than
In
she ever lived
in
out on the
today's
street.
world,
Stupid
child goes
idiot.
missing. It's usually with the
She
way that
only
the
cared
internet
about
works,
herself.
it's
She was gross.
usually widespread across the internet within hours. This young girl, 5 years
Exactly.
old, was missing for nearly
Right.
2 years.
They sit and piss and
no
shit
one
and squalor.
said a
It
peep.
just makes me
People have been
furious.
saying in our comment section, was there where did our system fail? How can society improve to ensure that a young, sweet, innocent girl can't
She
just go
needs to stay in
missing for
prison.
years? That shouldn't be allowed.
That's right, Mimsy. That's it. All she
it can't
cared about
happen.
was getting another fix.
And as we now
Yep.
know,
Oh hell! Look at this
Harmony
one.
Montgomery's life
What is she doing?
was absolutely excruciating, and it was as a result of course, what her life was like with whom had custody of her. So Again, that's all according to the testimony that has been put forth at trial. We are here live, and now we are seeing that more and more people are filing into the courtroom. We now have the state back in the courtroom. They have,
I want to
without
know
question,
how
been
tall that
told
guy
that a
is,
verdict
damn
has
it.
been reached. So we now have the attorneys for the state, the attorneys for the defense in position, now just awaiting the judge who will call the jury into the room and read the verdict aloud. We still do not have any audio. I have the audio at full blast, so the moment that audio comes in, we'll be able to hear together. But of course, strict pool camera rules dictate when audio can be transmitted out of the courtroom and when it shouldn't be.
You know, I thought that the other guy did a good job with the I think the other guy did a good job in the closing arguments. Kayla, she is absolutely despicable. I'm never going to believe that she just nonchalantly threw out NutriBullet. Oh my God. So disgusting. They are slow. I hope they're over there telling people to behave themselves.
Adam Montgomery electing not to be
Nope.
present.
He's not in the courtroom. Nope. Nope.
As the
Piece of
verdict
shit.
is being read.
Howard. Oh,
Audio coming through. Let's listen in.
here we go. Here we go now. Yes, hello, Carrie. God, I hope sentencing and everything good like South Carolina and wrap it up. Tie a bow and there we go.
For them. Yes.
We'd hear from Bob Ward, Boston
All rise for the
25.
jurors, please.
He is a coward.
Adam Montgomery himself will not be in the
Yep.
courtroom when the jury announces the verdict in the murder trial. He refused a ride to court and he remains at Concord State Prison. Jury being let into the room. Again, let's listen in live.
No, he's only going to show his face when he can beat up on women and children. Yeah, I would like for him to try to punch me. Piece of shit. Hey, Legs, you're back. Exactly, Legs. Where were all these people? Exactly right. Yep. 100% right. Yeah, that Crystal better not be allowed to make an ass. Oh, by God. She needs to be in jail, too.
You may be seated.
Would the foreperson please rise?
All right, I'm going to shut up.
Mr. Foreperson, it's the court's understanding that the jury has reached a verdict in this matter.
That's correct.
As to charge ID 1937947C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree assault, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
As to charge ID 2027112C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree murder, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And as to charge ID 2027113C, charging the defendant with the crime of falsifying physical evidence, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And on charge ID 2027114C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of abuse of corpse, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson.
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And on charge ID 2027115C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of tampering with witnesses and informants, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson.
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your service. You've performed an important civic duty, and that is as to
Rotten
the
hell,
alternates as
piece of
well
shit.
as all the deliberating jurors. What we're going to do now is I'm going to send you back into the deliberation room. The alternates are going to be able to go back now with you. You can discuss the case with each other. So it's an opportunity for you to do that. I'm going to take a few minutes with the lawyers here, and then I will come in to discuss a couple of other matters with you further, and then you'll be released from your service. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All rise for the jurors, please.
Adam Montgomery convicted on all counts, including first-degree murder of his 5-year-old daughter, Harmony Montgomery. There in the bottom left-hand portion of your screen, wearing pink crystal sword.
All right, ladies and
Harmony's
gentlemen,
mother.
you may be seated. Counsel, we just need to schedule sentencing. I don't know how much time the parties feel that they need.
We'll say we are scheduled here on Thursday, the 2nd of March for this month.
Will both sides be prepared? Actually, I don't know what the court may not have sufficient time that day. So let me just look. No, I'm actually going to be in trial that day. I have a docket in the morning, but I'm in trial after. It may be that maybe we could just get some time frame. Let me look to the state first about how long do you need to be prepared? And I'll have,
We may need to at least go a little bit of time beyond that. I would say, sorry, I'm just looking at my calendar as well.
better not to give me a date. Just tell me about how far out and about how much time you think you'll need.
I think, Your Honor, we're going to need roughly 4 weeks, so somewhere around the last week of March, first week of April.
So sometime after April 1st. I know I'm going into a lengthy trial in April, so we'll see what we can do. About how long a hearing do you feel that you'll need?
Based upon my best estimate, Your Honor, is probably at least half the day, so at least a solid 3 hours. Would be the safest time period to go, and if we use less of it, we use less.
Okay, just knowing what the court's docket is, and then I know I have a 3-week trial also in April. It may not be possible to get it in that month, but we'll do it as quickly thereafter as we can, as long as that's sufficient for the defense.
Putting us into May. Certainly plenty of time.
Okay, if there are other constraints, please let the court know. Otherwise, we'll schedule it as the docket permits in sometime after April 1st. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay.
We have jury trials to work around, but smaller.
Okay. All right. I'm not inclined. I know the parties are preparing sentencing memos. I'm not inclined for a PSI unless somebody feels that one would be needed. No. Okay. Very good. Sentencing memos. Any sentencing memos should be in. I would say, given the time frame, if you can sentencing memos in 10 days in advance, that would be helpful to the court. That will give time for the court to consider any information, ample time to consider any information the court needs to consider. Anything else we need to accomplish today?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Jesus.
When we do have the sentencing date, we're getting closer.
Yeah, her mom's
This date will
having
pass
another.
under
Yeah,
RSA 651:4-A that the defendant will be
yeah. I would
licensed
like,
not
Kayla really needs
transferred
to
here for the sentencing pursuant to that statutory authority.
get something.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
If you're going to file something, did you say?
File that, Your Honor.
Okay.
They all need charge, absolutely. CPS needs charge.
We'll provide that to the court ahead of time. Do that in plenty of time
Kayla,
so that the
Crystal,
defense can respond to that. But
the
we will
whole
get
damn
that
bunch of them.
in a mark ahead of the hearing.
Okay.
So yes, I'm very thankful
Anything
for
else
this
the defense wants to
verdict.
raise?
Not at this time, thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Elaine's ugly sister did not get anywhere with that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Yes. Celebrate
As they
good
mute the
times.
courtroom feed,
That's
you can
right.
see attorneys beginning to file out. One side, I'm sure, satisfied with the verdict. The other side,
Yeah, you're right.
disappointed.
But you know, the
However,
thing
again,
is,
Adam Montgomery convicted on all
I don't see
charges
that girl lasting
of
too long when
murdering
she gets
his
out.
daughter, Harmony. There you can see Manchester Police
Because she made a
present
deal
in the courtroom as well. I'm
with
sure
the
many of the
prosecution.
investigators who worked on this case. Looking here
No,
for Crystal Sorey, who was seated, of course, on the state side of the room, and not sure if she filed out beforehand because I have not seen her. She was wearing pink.
Yeah, she made a deal. She did. Yep.
We're going to get to your reaction, especially after a verdict
Yeah,
is
I'll
rendered.
bet you she's
What we like to do
because
is
she was
we like
not
to
trying
spotlight as
to
many
be alive. I don't
comments
think
from our
she's
live
gonna.
audience
I
to
think she'll do away with
give everybody the
herself.
opportunity for their voice to be heard. But you're clearly looking at elation, relief. Oh, and now
Oh, now we got a press
and
conference.
the feed is now being switched automatically. That's actually very, as somebody who does streaming for a living and not having to bounce around from feed to feed, this is extremely
'cause look
handy.
what-
So shout out to NBC Boston for
You remember
switching the
seeing
feed for us.
her, Mimsy,
This is
when
now
they
the
took her
exterior
out?
shot where we'll be able to hear. Here's Crystal.
But this is the most we got right now. So I'm grateful.
Crystal, what was it like to be in the courtroom and to hear those words guilty on all the charges?
It was a relief because I think for a second I thought he was going to get away with something, but he didn't get away with anything. So
you were here most days
yeah.
of this trial. I guess, was there anything that stuck out to you?
Yes,
how
Tammy,
hard was
yes.
it for you to hear some of these awful details?
I've heard it so much over the last 4 years. It just was a lot different hearing it from their mouths than reading it, you know. It was very hard, you know, but I have to stay strong for my boys. I'm going on 5 years clean and I'm proud, very proud of that, you know, and this didn't impact that in any way. I know people thought that, but it didn't, and this can only make me stronger from here on out. I'm her voice. I'm the person that's going to carry her on besides my loved ones, carry her memory and make sure that no one ever forgets about her.
Do you believe the version of events that they said happened in the courtroom? Do you believe that's what happened to your daughter?
What the defense said?
What the prosecutors said?
Yes.
Kayla said?
Yes.
Crystal,
I
can you
believe that.
just talk about the fact that, you know, Adam wasn't in the courtroom even on the day that they delivered the verdict. What is your reaction that he wasn't here today to hear those words? And
I don't know how many she had, but
he's a coward.
I agree.
He's a coward. He's always been a coward. Hence why he did what he did. He took away from the people that loved her because he couldn't hack that he didn't have control. That's all he cared about was control of everything in his life. She wasn't anything to him.
Crystal, what's next?
A lot. I just can't say yet.
Crystal,
Do you
what are
plan
your
to be there
thoughts
for
of Harmony
sentencing?
right now as this verdict comes down?
She's here with me. And she is the one that keeps me strong every day.
He was held accountable today. Is there other people that should be held accountable for what happened, including the state of Massachusetts, the state of New Hampshire?
I won't talk about that.
Will you be there for sentencing and give an impact statement? He is supposed to be there for sentencing. Are you looking forward to seeing him and maybe confronting him?
Yes, I'll be there. And I'll be looking him in
That's
the face. while I
exactly
say my
right,
impact
Mimsy.
statement.
That's
Because
exactly
he
right.
can't get away from that. He has to do it.
100%.
So he has to listen.
After all is said and done, would you say justice has been served for your daughter?
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Crystal, they mentioned that in closing, that your daughter was robbed of dignity, she was robbed of peace, and she was robbed of a tombstone, place to go.
Yeah, they
still out
said
there.
specifically over and over that
That part of this, it's not over for you.
That's still a huge
that
part
it
of it.
was
It's
not,
not over. It's not going to be over until she's found, and we are
basically
still
they
looking.
said that they
The
could bring
police,
more
you
charges
know,
to
we as a family, we are still looking.
I can't
Crystal,
say
your
exactly-
message
I
to
don't remember
everyone that
exactly how you worded it.
has really been impacted and touched by this case.
I just want to thank everybody for the love and the support, and for the people that believed in me and reached out to me this whole time, and never doubted me. You know,
wow,
the people
Chelsea,
that know me have known my whole life. They know how much I loved my daughter. They know how much I fought for
No,
her.
I
And I
agree.
did everything I could, and when I didn't have anything left, I still tried.
But she's
so
not
for
being
the people
honest,
that
and she
doubted
wasn't.
me,
That's the thing. She wasn't looking.
they don't matter to
Wasn't
me. They're not a
trying
thought
to
in
get
my
her
mind.
back.
You
Do
know?
you have a message for Adam today if he's listening to any of this or heard the verdict? What would you say to him today?
That I hope that what he did plays over in his mind every single waking moment that he lives on this earth. And I hope that he never falls asleep without seeing her beautiful face.
Did you think this day would come? I mean, you struggled with this, you couldn't find her. Did you ever think that this day would come? And
I
now-
knew it would, because that's why I did all that I did, so that it would.
What did you do?
Did it give you any solace at all?
What did you actually do?
A little bit of peace, but she's still out there, so that's what I think about every day.
What are your thoughts on all the work police have done already and continue to do?
Oh, the police have been amazing. They still reach out to me and tell me all of the, they're doing, and they all showed up here today to be there for her. That meant a lot to me.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.
I have to
Thank
go.
you so
Thank you
much.
guys. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can make it. Yeah. Yeah. She is no longer Harmony Montgomery. Her name is Harmony Renee. She is not a Montgomery. Yes. My same middle name. Is that what you called her? Yep. Do you feel fine? I go to Union Street every time I'm out here. Yeah, but you're big. Yeah, I'm an asshole.
Right. Exactly right. Oh, hey, Cindy Lou.
Please set it on record.
Can you tell us how was your client doing?
Exactly right. Yes. You would not.
So your reaction?
Nobody would go to sleep. Nobody would do shit till
Thank
What
you.
would that be?
we find her again.
How's your client doing?
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk to him? What's he
A lot
saying
of
here?
people are wondering why Adam didn't show up in court for this trial. Why
You
didn't
should
he
be.
show up in court?
None of us should have ever
Everything
known
we had
that
to
Harmony
say, we
existed
said in
because
court.
she should have
Thank
been.
you.
Will you appeal the verdict?
Frankly, she should have been with her brother and his parents. Exactly. Oh, that's right. You did say that. He got a beating yesterday. Oh. Yes,
As someone who's
exactly.
been
That's
outside
why
court
I
hearing some of
can
that
only
chatter
cite-
there back
right,
and forth,
Chelsea,
that,
exactly.
of course, getting
I get that.
in position for an interview is
Yes, I'm so
is
glad he got a beat
is
down.
a lot of maneuvering that goes
He
on.
is going to get
with
some
members of the
jailhouse
media
justice. Yes, he is.
Get in position, make
More
sure
to
that they have their
come.
interviews.
And
But
I hope
bottom
that
line is,
stupid bitch
we
does
hear
too,
from
while she's
Crystal
all,
Sorey, talking
high on
about
whatever the hell
how
they're giving her. While she's all
she
loopy, someone needs to
called Adam
whack her
Montgomery a
ass.
coward for not being there because he wasn't in control of the situation.
Yeah, me too, Cindy Lou.
Saying
Me
that this
too.
is a step towards
Yep.
justice for her daughter Harmony, who she now calls Harmony Renee, or on the back of her sweater, Mookie Butt, because that's what she would call her. She says so.
When did she call her that? When did she
Yeah,
call
Harmony.
her that? The whole 2 months
Renee,
of her entire life that she was around her.
The daughter of Crystal Sorey,
Going to get dressed
who
and
you
put
just
on
heard
makeup.
from there on
Okay,
stream. And
thanks so
we're
much
now
for hanging out
awaiting
with us,
likely
Artist
the
Street.
state. That's really the
Good
last
news. Good news
the
over
last group
here.
we could hear from. I wonder if Manchester police would say anything today, given everything that they poured into finding Harmony and finding who was responsible for her murder.
Yes, love you. So
The
glad you were
investigation,
here
of
for
course,
this.
was
Great
one that brought
news.
national and international attention to New Hampshire. So, because again, the lingering unanswered question in this story
You
is,
forgot, lady. Sorry.
where's
not
Harmony?
sorry.
Her remains were
Oh,
never
God.
found, despite the fact that we
Okay, I'm
now have a
gonna get off
conviction,
here,
and we
and then I'm gonna be back in
have
a little
known
bit,
for a long
a little bit
time that
later this
Harmony
evening.
was, her remains were transferred from place to place, a
Yeah,
place
right,
where
right.
no human remains should ever be, inside of a
Beforehand, I am learning
cooler and
more
inside of
about
a
the
ceiling,
evidence.
all of these places that just
Yep.
make your heart drop. We
Yeah,
still don't know
I want
exactly
to.
where she
I
wound
want to
up.
get some more
And
information
so
about that. I
you can
saw
hear
there
it in
was some
Crystal's voice that
updates
that is still
to
something that
Audrey's
they
case.
intend
I
to
want to
pursue and
see what that's
hopefully to
about.
provide some sort of answer to
I
that
never really
question.
looked at child abuse
So
until 2011.
we're
I
likely
was
going to hear
driving
from the state.
on
You
a
saw there Caroline
two-lane,
Smith, who said everything that we had to say, we
and a
said in court. That was in
2-year-old in a
essence the
diaper
crux of her
was
statement. She didn't
on
want to
the
speak any
road.
further
I
in
stopped and
regards
stayed
to
with
her
her until the
defense of
police
Adam
came.
Montgomery, who, as we noted earlier,
I went home and called
you're
sleep
not going
test
to find
reporters.
many
So.
sympathetic comments for Adam Montgomery in
Oh
any
my
live comment
gosh.
section. I can assure you,
Well,
elsewhere on the internet,
Isabella Hurley.
somebody
I've
who has
never
now
heard.
been convicted of
Oh, I would like
murdering
to look into
his
that.
5-year-old daughter by beating her to death and then just moving her
Wow, blue-eyed.
remains from place to place like a
I've
discarded
always
item
felt
that
that
he's
way.
just waiting to get rid of. A despicable and terrible
Wow, I would love to look into that.
thing that had occurred to a innocent
Maybe you could come up
5-year-old girl.
sometimes and tell us more
now
about it.
Adam Montgomery undoubtedly will remain in prison for the rest of his life. People
That's so
asking in the
sad.
comment section, of course,
But yes,
the
I
first
can tell
question
you,
after a conviction
assuming is not
what
the
could a
way to go
sentence
because,
look like?
yeah,
I was doing a little bit of homework today as to if
gotta
it was
work
convicted on all
on her
counts,
test. She
starting with the
had been beat for at least
charge
6
of
weeks.
second-degree
I was
murder
so
in New
devastated.
Hampshire.
The
In
mother
that
spent
state, what could it look like?
less than a week in jail.
Common
And the
sentences
killer.
range from 30 to 40 years in
Oh,
prison, but that can be
the
extended
killer.
to life in prison
She
without the
died.
possibility of parole, and if certain
Oh my God.
in certain extreme cases. And so now it looks like we have lost the feed. If that feed comes back, I'll keep an eye here on my grid and see if we get any more press conference. They might be swapping batteries on that pack. That's probably why we lost the feed, because they did have a press conference location set up.
Wow, that's horrible.
30 to 40 years is a common
Oh
sentence
my
for
God.
second-degree murder in New Hampshire, apparently, from what I was able to dig up.
That is devastating.
But it can be
Wow.
up to life in prison. You have to remember, Adam Montgomery's already serving 30 years on an unrelated gun charge. So he's 34, if I have that right. I believe he's in his
That's
mid-30s.
terrible. I'm sorry you
So
went through
you're
that.
talking about
But it
somebody who,
doesn't
before the
surprise me.
murder
It's
of his
so
daughter, was looking
so
at spending
sad.
the next several decades in prison.
Happens every single day.
This is a man who, outside of some
Wow.
earth-shattering appeal, is going to spend the rest of his life in jail, in prison, in New Hampshire.
Gosh.
And
Beautiful.
And I traveled all this way to rescue that boy.
Oh, look
I'm
at
curious
that.
to know from you, our audience,
Okay, I'm gonna get out of
how
here,
everybody feels about
and I will
that
be back
conclusion to this story.
later this
If that
evening.
is ultimately the
Thanks,
conclusion on
guys,
this
for
story.
hanging out with me on
You can
this.
use, again, the big thing that we tried to do on live stream. It's really important to us and
I
important
appreciate
to
you
our
all so
functions
much.
here on the Stream Center. And really our
And I
mission
will
statement,
see
if
you in
you
a little
will, is
bit.
to spotlight your comments.
Bye. Love ya.
People have been invested in this story for a long time.